Lil Durk is one of the hottest rappers in the game right now. He broke into the mainstream back in 2020, but he's been on his music grind for over a decade. Durk allegedly helped spark the war in Chicago back in 2012 with the track L's Anthem, and ever since then, he's been taking shots at his ops on every project, from superstars to legit Chicago shooters. Durk's had problems with everyone, and today, we're breaking down every beef he's been involved in. Let's get right into it. 6ix9ine will start issues with anyone if he thinks it'll get him some attention, and in 2020, he took shots at Durk for never having a #1 hit. Durk didn't respond at first. 6ix9ine took the disrespect to a new level and brought flowers to the spot where Durk's cousin Newski was shot and killed in 2014. He even posted a video about it on IG and promoted his new album in the caption. Durk sent a sneak diss by announcing his album was dropping on the same day. Then he hopped on IG Live and said,
"You can't compete with a rat on the street." You know what I'm saying?
According to Durk, somebody in 6ix9ine's camp reached out and offered to pay him $3 million to keep beefing with 6ix9ine. Durk said he wasn't taking the money and wouldn't respond to 6ix9ine ever again. But it didn't end there. 6ix9ine had been hyping up his latest project and predicting it would sell 150K in the first week. But when the album flopped and only sold around 50K, Durk posted about it on IG and wrote, "Should've took that $3 million and got some motherfucking album sale." Then in November 2020, Durk's homie King Von was killed in Atlanta. 6ix9ine wasted no time before he started dissing him. When Durk posted a tribute to him on IG, 6ix9ine hopped in the comments and said, "Newski, now Von, and you still rapping? Go pick up a gun." Durk deactivated his IG and didn't come back until December. 6ix9ine was just waiting for the chance to send more shots. Durk posted more tributes to Von and announced his new album was trending towards selling 55K in the first week. And that's when 6ix9ine hopped in to clown him for using Von's name for album sales and wrote, #King Von, rest in piss. Durk had broken into the mainstream earlier that year when he linked up with Drake on the track Laugh Now, Cry Later. But when his album only sold 23K the first week, 6ix9ine sent more shots and said, "This is what happens when you don't got Drake." Beef cooled down for a minute, but in April, 6ix9ine posted a video with a Durk lookalike named Perkio. Perkio had already linked up with Durk and the rest of the OTF crew, but he allegedly got set up to film the video with 6ix9ine. In the clip, 6ix9ine pulls out a jacket and puts it on Perkio, and on the back was a picture of King Von. He called Durk out in the caption too and said, "At Lil Durk, I had a gift for the bro at King Von from the O. Your ain't never gonna slide, but they definitely rep you all day on t-shirts." There was a lot of drama about whose idea it was to film the video, and whether or not Perkio even knew 6ix9ine would be there. Then 6ix9ine sent more shots on his track Janae and rapped, "Your man got shot, you made a diss track. Go get a gun and get some get back. Your man got shot, he not coming back. Go get a gun and get some get back. You a I know you wouldn't ride for your homie. I know you wouldn't ride by your dolly." Durk didn't respond after the Janae diss, but a couple months later, he called 6ix9ine out on the track and said, "Man, I'm Durk and you got my low. Why you play with Perk? The feds walk around with you, then gonna get hurt." Neither side has sent any shots in a while, but it's probably only a matter of time before something happens that sparks the whole beef back up again. Lil Durk has a lot of beef in the game, but he's not always the one who starts it. Earlier this year, DaBaby and YoungBoy linked up for a collab tape called Better Than You. Fans started to pop off and run up crazy numbers, but it ended up selling less than King Von's posthumous record that dropped on the same day. After the numbers came out, an OTF affiliate named Memo600 took shots at DaBaby and tweeted, "Can't blame DaBaby. He thought that man was gonna save his career. DaBaby wasn't feeling the disrespect." A few hours later, he went on a huge rant against Memo. Durk probably would have never stepped in since he allegedly kicked Memo out of OTF anyway. But at the end of the day, DaBaby claimed Durk was in his DM waving the white flag. Dissing Memo was one thing, but throwing shade at Durk wasn't gonna fly. After DaBaby made the post, Durk hopped on his IG story and just wrote, "Man, what?" The situation between DaBaby and Durk never got too heated, but the whole thing allegedly led to Memo getting his chain snatched and kicked out of his own crew. There's no evidence to back it up, but rumors say Durk wasn't cool with him starting beef with DaBaby and airing out OTF business in public. No one publicly knows what really went down behind the scenes, but it's clear that DaBaby doesn't want smoke with Durk. When King Von died in 2020, it didn't just affect Durk because he lost his homie. It caused a massive split in the rap game between two of the hottest artists in the industry, Durk and YoungBoy. They didn't have any issues back in the day and even linked up on the track My Side in 2017. But then Von sent shots at YoungBoy on IG Live, and that's where it all allegedly started. Von was listening to YoungBoy on his live and called him out for capping in his bars.
"You got cap in your raps."
Nothing happened at first, but a couple years later, Von posted a pic with YoungBoy's baby mama, Jania. This was disrespectful enough to get YoungBoy's attention, and the same day, he hopped on IG and wrote, "I'ma have my son f your daughter since you trolling." The YoungBoy made a track with Von's ex, Asian Doll, and posted a snippet of it on social media. That's when Von tweeted, That new shit y'all got garbage. I got some shit on your baby moms that'll make you not want to claim your kids and shit. There was obviously drama going on between them, but the day before he died, Von told DJ Academics,
They be saying that a lot. It's like we got the same interests in hoes, and then you know how the internet will try to make it.
Durk might have never even started beefing with YoungBoy, but he didn't have any choice after YoungBoy dropped the track Bring the Hook and dissed Von and the rest of O-Block. He said, "This that Squid Game. O-Block pack get rolled up. Murder what they told us, Atlanta boy get folded up." Then YoungBoy allegedly called Durk out on the track Know Like I Know and said, "I don't give a just like your friend, you'll bite the dust. That ain't blood. You ain't ready to see some brains around the club." After YoungBoy posted a pic on IG where he spelled out in cash, "You gonna die," Durk clapped back with his own cash by spelling out, "Hurry your bitch ass up." Then he made the beef official when he dropped Aha and rapped, "Acting like they really like that since my brody died. Just got out the feds, you bring up murders with your police ass." YoungBoy clapped back with the track I Hate YoungBoy and took shots at Durk's ex India Royale, but since then, the beef has been pretty quiet. Back in July, YoungBoy's homie Rich the Kid was spotted in the pic with Lil Durk and a bunch of other people after a 4th of July party in the Hamptons where Rich performed a set. When the pic came out, Rich told fans that he was paid to be there and said, "Top my brother in real life, not this weird ass internet world y'all live in." During the radio show, YoungBoy asked Rich about the picture and how it all happened. Rich told him,
"I wanna just be on some stop the violence shit, you feel what I'm saying?"
But YoungBoy told him,
"It's your little brother. You ain't feel like you just called me. You ain't feel like you just cancel it or call me and you know, ask me for whatever they was paying you."
YoungBoy didn't understand how somebody got a pic of Rich and Durk together, but eventually he just moved on and told Rich,
"It's all good. I love you. You my brother."
Durk and YoungBoy haven't been sending shots for a while, but it's clear the beef is still active. Hopefully, they'll keep it in the music and on social media, because it would be a tragedy to lose either one of them. YoungBoy ain't the only dude Durk is beefing with over his homie King Von's death. It all started when Von attacked Quando Rondo outside the club. That's when Quando's homie Lil Tim allegedly started letting off shots and killed Von. Quando worked with Durk on the track Other Side, and before Von died, he told Hot New Hip Hop, Lil Durk has music from 2012 that has over 1 million streams, but people like him don't get recognized. After Von died, rumors started flying that Durk was buying out all the tickets at Quando's shows so he couldn't perform. But Quando squashed the rumors and said he had to cancel over some legal issues going on. Then in 2021, Quando dropped the track Soul Reaper and allegedly took shots at Von on the line, "Ran up on me, then we sprayed him. I'm talking lights out. We do the dash in that Durango. Jumped out with that pipe out, so tell him pipe down." And in the video for the track, Quando and his homies rob and kill a Lil Durk lookalike. Durk's been more focused on YoungBoy than Quando. And in 2020, someone from his team allegedly leaked DMs that showed Quando trying to squash the beef. A screenshot of the convo started going around online, and in the conversation, Quando kept trying to kill the beef because he couldn't even do shows. Quando hopped on IG and said it was all cap, and it's obvious that the beef is still on. When Quando and YoungBoy linked up for their collab project, Quando took more shots at Von, his sister, and Durk on the track Want Me Dead. Quando rapped, "My favorite op dead, sister talk too much, no I don't like the Lil Timmy rolled her brother up, got stepped on some Nike kicks." Then he referenced Durk's track Aha and said, "Aha, I don't see shit funny. We stepped on your brother. Steady stepping, steady flexing, coming up the score. Lil Double O told Smith & Wesson." Durk hasn't responded to the new disses yet, but it's clearly far from over. Durk is more popular right now than ever before. What a lot of mainstream fans don't realize is how deep some of his beef goes. He came up repping the BDs in Chicago and got a start in the industry by dissing OPPS in his music. The BDs and GDs already had issues, but in 2012, Lil Durk put the beef in the spotlight when he dropped the track L's Anthem and sent shots at the GDs. Lil Jojo was a GD rapper who knew Durk from back in the day. Originally, they didn't have any issues, even though they rep different gangs. But after L's Anthem dropped, Jojo clapped back and started sending shots at Durk and the rest of the BDs. Jojo was later shot and killed, so his homie FBG Duck started putting on for the GDs in the rap game. Durk took shots at him on tracks like Competition, where he said, "Brick Squad K, I tweet the shit. Labels call, don't leak the shit. I catch a op, I beat the shit. Catch Lil J, I heat his face. My will meet with them. Lil Duck, he can't duck this clip. Woogle World K, cause I with them." This was around the same time all the BDs were dissing a kid named Tuka in their song. Tuka was a 15-year-old GD who was killed at a bus stop in 2011, and his death is a major part of why so many people have died in Chicago over the last decade. 8 months after Tuka was shot and killed, a BD from O-Block named Odie Perry was murdered on Tuka's birthday. These two shootings are what really sparked the war in Chicago that's still going on today. Tuka became one of the most disrespected names in the history of rap, and Durk has always been dissing him on tracks. Tuka's mom has called for everyone to stop dissing her deceased child, but Durk obviously isn't worried about who he offends. Losing Tuka and JoJo was a major blow for the GDs. But then, FBG Duck started putting on for the crew in the music industry. Duck eventually became one of the biggest GD rappers in the city with tracks like Slide and his Exposing Me remix, and he sent tons of shots at Durk's dead homies from O-Block. In July 2020, he dropped the track Dead Diss Durk's homie J Money, who was killed back in 2013. Duck took a lot of shots at dead BDs on the track, including O.D. Perry, which is the dude O-Block named themselves after when he was killed in 2011. Just a few months after Dead dropped, Duck was murdered in broad daylight, and now 5 dudes from O-Block have been charged with the shooting. Duck dying didn't end Durk's beef with FBG though. After Duck was killed, Lil Durk dropped a track Shoulda Duck and said, "I told my PO through the gate that I get high as She asked me how high do I get, I told her high as Duck." Earlier this year, another dude from Duck's crew named FBG Cash took a picture in front of King Von's mural in Chicago and captioned it, "Whole world witness your main sniper get his shit splat." Then in March, Durk took shots at Cash, Duck, FBG Wooski, and other GDs on the track Computer Murderers and said, "Sneaking pics by Von mural, like Lil Bro won't come out and spin. He ain't heard a fly, so he ain't count. I still'll give him 10. Cash clapped back with the track Back Again 2 times and took shots at Durk for not sliding after King Von died. He said, "I don't want to hear no get back. The whole world witness your main sniper get his shit splat, and you ain't even get your lick back." Later in the song, he took shots at Durk's brother D-Thing, who was killed last year, and rapped, "I don't want to go to Club O no more. Get left in the door. Ganging this banging this left his brains on the floor. Look at what happened to D-Thing. They know how we came." Cash kept the pressure up and was sending all kinds of crazy shots at Durk. But then in June, he was killed after getting into a shootout with the OPPS. Nobody knows who's behind the hit, but rumors have been flying that O-Block was involved. Another one of Duck's homies, named Ruger, has kept the beef alive since all of FBG's top rappers have been killed. Ruger was on Duck's famous Exposing Me remix, where he took shots at Durk and Von with the line, "You where y'all purses? Man, you went and dyed your hair on purpose. But was it worth it? How that's working? Man, I wouldn't be surprised if they start twerking." After King Von died and Durk dissed Duck on the track Shoulda Duck, Ruger went on IG Live and aired out Durk for dissing a dead op instead of going after the dudes who killed his homie. Ruger said he wasn't gonna hop in and make a diss track against Durk, but he posted screenshots of their DMs. Ruger messaged Durk and said, "You get in your feelings and make this song. You want a reaction from me so bad." Durk clapped back and said he doesn't know who he is, but Ruger captioned the screenshot with, "If you didn't know who I was, you wouldn't have responded. It's like you who make the city look bad." Last year, Ruger went on No Jumper. Adam 22 tried to ask him about the Durk situation, but Ruger said,
"No Durk, man. I don't
No Durk
even wanna
questions?
Talk about Durk, bro. I don't even want to mention that name in this interview."
the beef has been quiet for a while, but there's really no chance that Durk and any of Duck's homies will ever be cool. Both sides lost a lot of people to the tragic and bloody war between the BDs and GDs, but luckily Durk left the streets behind and hasn't been caught up in any serious issues since he blew up in the industry. When Durk was just getting started back in the early 2010s, he had a lot of beef with other rappers in Chicago. One of the wildest and shortest beefs he had was with a dude named Little Marc from a set called 051. In March 2014, Little Marc dropped a remix of Durk's track Competition and took shots at a lot of Durk's homies and BD affiliates who had died. It was one of the most disrespectful drill tracks ever, and Marc opened it up by dissing 8 of Durk's dead friends with the line, "Baldy Pack, Mosky Pack, Tasty Pack, Lil Rob Pack. Wake up, ate a bowl of tricks. While I was blowing on D-Thing, riding down the street drive, think I'm finna OD." Marc spent the rest of the track dissing other BDs, but it didn't take long for the streets to catch up to him. Just 3 days after the track dropped, Lil Marc was shot and killed at a bus stop in broad daylight. Nobody was ever arrested for the murder, but rumors say the BDs took him out because of the track. The day he died, BDs like King Von, D Rose, and Twilla dissed him on Twitter. Von tweeted, "051 better keep their head up." Some people think the 3 of them took Lil Marc out, and Von added fuel to the rumors when he tweeted, "My homie D Rose back down low." Just because the BDs dissed him don't prove they was behind Marc's death, but the timing of the situation definitely didn't help. King Louie is a Chicago drill legend. He was the first drill artist to get a major label deal, and back in the day, he was cool with Durk and the rest of OTF. Durk and Louie even linked up on the track and Bottles, but then a beef sparked between their crews that led to a massive brawl at T.I.'s meet and greet. It's not clear exactly how everything went down back then, but according to some people, it's rumored Lil Reese and Durk got into an argument backstage at the show, and Reese ended up choking them. Durk and Reese both say the story's cap, but that didn't stop it from going around the city. King Louie's homie Crump was allegedly one of the people spreading it around, and when their crews ran into each other at T.I.'s meet and greet in Chicago, a massive fight broke out. After it went down, rumors were flying that Crump or Louie had choked out Durk's brother D-Thing. D-Thing hopped online and squashed the story. D-Thing posted a live video.
"I apologize for disturbing the peace, OTF as a whole."
Then he called out Crump and Louie and challenged them to a one-on-one. It looked like the beef was about to take off, but luckily, Louie and Durk squashed it before everything got out of hand. Louie later survived getting shot in the head, and when he recovered, he decided to leave the streets behind and is now working to stop the gun violence in Chicago. Back in 2014, Durk was linking up with artists outside of Chicago and spending time on the West Coast. He posted a video of himself in the studio with Tyga and Chris Brown, but a couple months later, he sent shots at Tyga out of nowhere. Meek Mill, Durk, and Shy Glizzy linked up for Chirac Remix. Durk said, "Heard Tyga sneak dissing on me. Tell him thought I'm not right. Tyga only got one name, but that ain't got one stripe. He backpacked, so easy to get the shit snapped." Durk told XXL that it all started when they were in the studio, and Tyga heard Durk reference his fiancée Blac Chyna in the line. He says Durk got pressed over it, but they sorted the situation out, and Durk thought it was all cool. Tyga and him started texting each other about a collab, but then Tyga stopped responding, and Durk took it as disrespect. Tyga clapped back and previewed his own Chirac remix, where he rapped, "Who the f is Lil Durk? I dust you like Ashton and Perk. Your flow whack, my flow crack. Got marble floors, your floor's cracked." Then Tyga brought the game into his beef with Lil Durk, and they dropped the track Chirac to LA. On the song, Game called out Durk and said, "I don't f with no new they like to sue, no woo." Tyga hit me like, "Durk dissing, Durk Nowitzki, Durk who? Never heard of these." After the track came out, Game and Durk ran into each other at a nightclub in LA, and their crews almost got into a huge fight. In the video of the situation, you can hear someone on Game's side yelling, "Meet us outside." But luckily, it didn't go that far and nobody got hurt. It looked like it might be turning into a legit beef, but Durk squashed his issues with Game and Tyga, then said, "That shit ain't shit in my eyes. We ain't beefing with nobody. I gotta stay in that light where people will see me and hear me and not be scared of me." So instead of starting a Chicago vs LA beef, Durk decided to focus on the money and just move on from the whole thing. Chief Keef put Chicago drill on the map when he blew up with the track Don't Like. Durk and Keef was always cool and linked up on tracks together, but in 2013, they started beefing after Durk got booked on a gun charge and Keef didn't bail him out. In June 2013, cops allegedly caught Durk tossing a pistol into his car, so they booked him on unlawful use of a weapon by a felon. He needed $10K to post bond, and everybody expected Keef to put it up because he was already a star by that point. But for some reason, Keef didn't help him out, and that's where the issue started. A lot of Keef and Durk's homies shouted Durk out when he got locked up, but Keef just tweeted OTG, #OnlyTheGlow, which seemed like a shot at Durk's OTF crew. Then when Durk got out a month later, he tweeted lyrics from Keef's first day out freestyle and wrote, "I'm back, did you miss me or you ain't care, I'm free." Then Durk took a direct shot at Keef for not helping get their homie D-Rose out. He was locked up at the same time too, and Durk tweeted, "All the money, but you can't get D-Rose. LOL, bad enough you on your ass already." Durk even banned Keef from the area and said, "Where you gonna spend it? Because you can't come around here with it." Keef clapped back and said he just bought a four-wheeler for $10K, which was exactly how much money Durk needed for the bond. Then he took more shots and said, "Can't believe stunning for the twit. That's crazy. Know damn well I know you just like you know me. Goofy ass used to be brick." OTF and GBE allegedly got into a fight at a concert they had together. Keef's homie Ball Out got his chain snatched. According to King Louie's homie Crump, Ball Out getting his chain snatched is the reason Reese choked Durk. After Durk and Keef took shots on Twitter, the beef died down for a while. Rumors said they squashed it, but then Durk posted the track list for his new album and said his favorite song was called OTF, Chief Keef did. Durk was also beefing with Tyga at the time, and Keef clapped back by doing a track with him. Durk responded by doing a song with the Migos, who Keef was having issues with. Durk even brought him to O-Block for a video, which was another level of disrespect towards Keef. The situation was heating up again, and it led to some BDs breaking into Keef's crib and robbing him. Boss Top, OJ, and some other dudes from a set called THF broke in and stole Keef's clothes and kicks. And when Keef showed up while they were there, Boss Top allegedly snatched his Johnny Dang chain, and GB Capo also had his chain stolen. The situation apparently ended in a shootout, but luckily, nobody was killed. Keef revealed that they didn't just steal his drip. He said Boss Top and other dudes even took his 3-year-old daughter's clothes and random stuff like deodorant. Boss Top clapped back by posting a pic of a gun and writing, "Come to the hood that you say you from." They were sending shots back and forth. It looked like it was only a matter of time before someone got hurt or killed. But luckily, Keef left Chicago and moved to LA. And in 2014, Durk and him squashed the beef for good. According to Durk, all it took was for him and Keef to talk for a few hours on FaceTime and everything was good. They still aren't real close or anything, but at least fans don't have to worry about losing one of them to a petty beef that started a decade ago. King Yella is a Chicago rapper who was tied with FBG Duck before he was killed in 2020. He came up in the streets repping the GDs, but now Yella's trying to spread positivity and not gangbang. Even though he's not active in the streets anymore, that hasn't stopped him from beefing with Durk. According to Yella, he used to be cool with Durk and his brother D-Thing before all the drama between the GDs and BDs popped off. Yella also claims that Durk has GDs around him all the time, and that the whole war between the GDs and BDs isn't like what people on the internet think. Yella is mostly known as a YouTuber these days, and a lot of people have clowned him for crying in his videos while talking about homies he lost to the streets. Durk and Yella have never really beefed publicly, but Yella thought he was taking shots earlier this year when he dropped the track, Did Shit to Me. On the song, Durk said, I need Boona home. Only I know that speak his mind. I told bro, I need to get back. He say, get back come with time. I ain't ducking shit. I done seen the main op keep crying. Yella made a couple of videos about the situation and called Durk out for sneak dissing him. At first, Durk didn't even respond, but eventually, he clapped back on his IG story and told Yella that he's not his main op and hasn't done anything. He also called Yella out for giving off federal vibes with his fake dry snitching. Back in January, Yella also sided with Durk's op YoungBoy during their beef. After YoungBoy dropped Bring the Hook and sent shots at O-Block, Yella said, I'm riding with NBA YoungBoy. Smoke our dead homies every day in music. Now mad cause YoungBoy smoking the whole O-Block. Yella and Durk probably will never be cool again after everything that's happened in Chicago. And it doesn't look like the beef will go much further. Durk's too busy blowing up in the rap game to be sliding on ops, and Yella isn't active anymore either. They might send more shots back and forth on social media or in the music, but hopefully, that's where it stays. DJ Vlad is one of the most popular rap interviewers on the internet, but for some reason, Lil Durk decided to stop rocking with him. They used to be cool, and Durk's been interviewed by him before. But back in March, Durk dropped the track The Golden Child and said, I bought my land with cash. That boy dead, I'm glad. I don't speak tongues, period. I don't with Vlad. Vlad told 600 Breezy that he has no idea why Durk took a shot at him. He says,
I've always supported Durk. I pulled up, we've hung out together. I did all his early interviews.
Since Vlad talks to a lot of rappers and people involved with the streets, some people think the police use his videos during investigations. There's nothing to prove that Vlad has ever gotten anyone locked up though, and nobody really knows why Durk dissed him. Vlad says,
it hurt my feelings a little bit because I was just like, whatever it is, you and I have hung out together.
Durk hasn't said why he's not rocking with him anymore, but maybe they'll squash the beef and Durk can air it all out on Vlad TV.